Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
Hi everyone, it's Barbara, and welcome to a very short solo episode of Age Better. If you've been with me for a while, you know this show is all about helping women, especially those of us in midlife and beyond, to live stronger, longer, and better. But today I'm doing something, well, a little different. I'm turning the mic around and asking you to help guide me on what comes next, so that we can all continue to age better together. So I really have something on my mind right now, and I'm really wondering if it is going to resonate with you. So shortly after turning 50, a time when I was really confused about just about everything, I've written about that a lot, talked about that a lot. But I wrote my first book because I needed a guide to this next chapter, which was very confusing, and it just didn't exist. So the book was The Best of Everything After 50, which actually launched on the Today Show. It was so much fun. It was one of the first books to focus on how our bodies, minds, and lives change after 50, and really after menopause. And it got a lot of attention because it offered something a little different for that time. A message of positive aging instead of anti-aging, fighting aging. A few years later, AARP and National Geographic asked me to write a second book, and this time rooted in even more research and science-backed strategies and tips. And the result was the award-winning Love Your Age, the Small Step Solution to a Better, Longer, Happier Life. Since then, yay, the conversation about aging has definitely grown. And thankfully, we're finally seeing real media attention around menopause. And that's been brewing for a few years now. There's more honesty, more awareness, more women speaking out about their own experiences with menopause and aging. And that's a good thing, a really good thing, a great thing. But now I'm in my 60s and menopause is not quite like a distant memory, but I'm no longer in that kind of phase. And like so many of you who first connected with me years ago, I've been thinking a lot about what it all means. And also, now that we're over menopause, now what? Because once menopause is behind us, the conversation tends to kind of fade away. And that really bothers me. And yet, this next chapter is filled with just as many changes. Physical, emotional, social, spiritual. It's just different. It's also filled with opportunity, for sure, with growth, with rediscovery. But if we're ignored, it can be easy to pull the covers over our heads, that proverbial blanket I talk about, and then just kind of give up. I don't want that. And I know you don't want that either. So here's the truth about women in their 60s. We're in a completely different chapter than we were at 50. It really is different. I had no idea. How would I know? I had no idea that it would be quite this different. The questions are different. The changes are different. The stakes feel a little different to me. This to me is the decade of reassessment, of tweaking what's working, letting go of what's not working, and then figuring out how to move forward, always moving forward, with strength and purpose. Like that's a key word here, purpose. And joy. Like, why not? And while I have a lot of ideas, you are the expert in your own life, right? So today, I'm asking you this. What do you need to know right now? What information or insight would help you live better and age better? I'm mapping out a whole new season of Age Better with new guests, topics, and video content, and so on and so forth. And yes, I'm even working on a new book. But I want to make sure that it all reflects your reality, your needs, and your voice. Here are a few of the questions I'd love for you to think about, ask yourself, and maybe if you don't mind, take a few minutes to send me your thoughts to agebetterpodcast@gmail.com or reach out to me on social media. It's so easy to do. Barbara Hannah Grufferman. So here are some of the questions I really want to know. What are the big questions you're asking yourself right now? What do you want to hear more about from me and from the experts I bring on? What challenges are you facing physically, emotionally, spiritually? What keeps you up at night? Would you prefer shorter, actionable episodes or those longer, deep dives? Do you watch on YouTube or listen on your favorite podcast app like Apple Podcasts or Spotify or what have you? And would you join a live Q&A session or workshop? Would that be more fun for you? So really what I'm looking for is, what information are you looking for? And I mean, I can figure out the best experts, so don't worry about that. But what are some of the topics that you're really eager to learn more about, that you really believe will help you in your future? And what is your delivery? What do you prefer? Do you prefer audio only? Do you prefer watching on YouTube? Do you prefer live? I really want to just know. So tell me what matters most to you. And again, reach out on social media or send me the email at agebetterpodcast@gmail.com. I really, really, really want to hear from you. And as a thank you for taking the time to share your thoughts, I'd love to give you, it's a little mini guide to aging better. Just has 10 super easy steps you can take starting now today. It's called 10 Small Shifts to Age Better Every Day. When you look at it once again, you'll be reminded that the true key to living better and aging better is keeping it simple. Just click on the link in the show notes to download a copy. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. We are not meant to go through this alone. We are not meant to journey through aging by ourselves. The more we share, the more we listen, the stronger we all become. Thank you for being part of my journey. Thank you for trusting me with a lot of this information that I deliver to you in different ways. Thank you for tuning in to Age Better. And thank you for helping shape the next chapter of Age Better and other things that I'm planning on doing. I'll be back next week with a brand new episode, but in the meantime, please don't be shy. Send me your thoughts on social media or again on email at agebetterpodcast@gmail.com. Talk to you soon. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you enjoyed this episode of Age Better Podcast, please do a few things. First, share it with all your friends and family. Then, subscribe to Age Better wherever you listen to podcasts, including YouTube, so you never miss a single episode. Finally, if you have ideas for topics you want me to cover in a future episode of Age Better, send an email to agebetterpodcast@gmail.com or reach out to me on social media. Until next time, remember this: we can't control getting older, but we can control how we do it. Talk to you soon. Age Better Podcast is a proud member of the Sound Advice Network. Sound Advice, women's voices amplified.